Hello everyone, thanks for jumping back in on the channel. So here I'm going to have, it's going to be two separate submissions basically. So this submission that's right here in front of me, I'm going to submit this to NGC. And then this appears just a couple of coins, but I'm going to add another 4 or 5 more coins, and that's going to go to Annex. But I wanted to poke out and show you a few things on this NGC order, not this one yet. I'll talk about this one here in a little bit. But I wanted to be able to talk about this one here because a lot of the times when you go through Annex, you might have something on a variety wise or an attribute, a DDO, DDR, or even if you see RPMs, you see something doubled on there, they will not attribute it on the coin itself. They won't put it on the tab or the symbol or whatnot for the coin and then case it up. So one thing that I wanted to have on my cases is the attributes of the coin. So this is kind of why I've got a few of these cases here, and especially one here. This is just going to be a sample piece just to see if this works. I'm going to go ahead and start over here on the far left. So this here, and I'm not for sure, I would think Annex would have, but I'm pretty sure this is a PR, meaning proof 66, 1952 quarter. So it's in a rattler case, an old school PCGS case. But as I'm saying, I'm pretty sure this has the Superbird. It has the S on the middle of the chest there. A little tough to see through the case itself and through the swirl that I have going on, but I'm pretty sure this has the Superbird attribute on it. This is a proof quarter. 1952, I'm guessing, is the only year that you would have the Superbird attribute on there. I want to be able to send this off to NGC and see if they can unslab this and put it. I know I hate to take it out of a rattler case, but yet again, I really want to get that attribute on there. And I'm pretty sure 90% that there is actually a S on top of there. I've looked at it through the scope, through my digital scope there, and even through my magnification piece here. But like I said, I don't think Annex recognizes it. I'm not positive, but they didn't do anything with the quarter. They just left it as be. Didn't even give me basically a message off of it for it. So I want to be able to send this in NGC, see if they could pop it out, and see if they can give me the proof 66, which would be nice. There's a little toning in there. The case itself is pretty rough, but anyhow, yeah. So hopefully, crossing fingers, we can get that Superbird attribute for this one. Tough attribute to get, and it'd be completely awesome. I mean, if I can get that off of there. So while I'm moving over here, this one here is just basically the same thing that this one's going to be. I want to submit it in to NGC and see what they grade it as. This one's a proof 68, pretty high, really high actually. I mean, bet you can get a 70. So proof 68. I wanted to see if I submitted it into NGC if they gave it a 69. Like I say, the case doesn't do it justice. This thing is like brand spanking new, 1964 Philly. It's really nice, and like I say, in hand it looks a lot better than it does when it's in this case here. It's gorgeous. It's the complete lusters on there. Nothing's missing. This is crazy because I got this one out of a mystery bag a while back. So anyhow, I just want to see, as I mentioned, if they'll give this a 69 grade, a proof 69. And like I say, take it out of the case here and just see if they can do anything with it. This is just basically going off of hoping more or less a learning curve, or more or less learning to see what they do with it at a different company prior to what another company was doing with it. So proof 68, like I said, it's pretty high. I could submit it over NGC for a few dollars, or I say for a few bucks, for probably $18 to $20 to see what they do with it. Now, if it does get a proof 69, it's going to add probably another $90 to $100 value to this coin. So if you're looking at value wise, and if you want to run with that, then that's the best thing to do. But this right here is just a learning curve to see if they get this reslabbed. And I guess, like I said, give me a 69 on it. That'd be great. This one here is the one I was talking about. where if you find something that's on the coin itself, if you find an RPM or something like that on there and it's not recognized as a variety to them or to their database, they will not set it on there. So this is the MS64 red. It's 1 cent 1985 Denver. So a little while back I had one of my videos that I posted that the D on here is actually, it's the mint mark itself is a D over D. So I was curious if Annex would have done that, but they didn't. So I want to send it off to NGC and see if they identify that D over D. This is beautiful, as you see, 64 grade. So if they do give me a D over D at a 64 grade, that'd be pretty cool. It's because that would be something I called whenever I pulled this out of a coin roll. So, I mean, pulled this one out of a coin roll. I did have kind of questions on, let me grab it real quick. This 1972, now this 1972 is 1972 Philly. Some of the words up top here in God We Trust are double. In Liberty here, it's also double, but it's not doubled on the 1972. So there would be like an FS 105, 107, something like that for this 1972, but you would really have to get into like a 65 grade, 66 grade to kind of catch $35, $40 on it. And I mean, it would be hard pressed, like I said, for me to submit that off. I mean, that's not that I'm trying to gain money off of it, but if I already submitted it off to Annex one time, so Annex brought it back saying that there was nothing on it that they saw viable to their varieties. So per mention, it could be something different on a different variety spectrum, but not to Annex. It's going to be the same thing here with this, like I say, the D over D is what I'm looking for. So it's definitely a D over D. I see it in the scope. I even had a video on it, posted a couple pictures on the video. So I want to see if they'll take this out and give me the D over D RPM attribute there. That would be great. Now moving over here to this AU58. Same thing with this one. I'm not for sure if they honestly accept the attribute, but this is a triple die reverse 1958. And as you see, they just straight graded it at AU58. So I want to be able to submit it off, and I want to say ATES and then of America around is basically triple dyed TDR is what they call it for the 1950 for the 1958 Denver version. Beautiful coin. It's pretty awesome. It graded at 58 because this came out of a coin roll also. It's amazing what you can get whenever you do coin roll hunts. You're saving literally bottom dollar, 5 cents. So basically, instead of buying it somewhere, or buying it through a shop, or buying it through, apps or somebody next door, or however it may be, going through coin rolls and finding these and then popping them in, it's doing a lot of justice for, like I said, for you finding them being a surprise, plus submitting them off and getting a good grade, good variety, and so forth, so on. So I want to be able to submit this in to NGC and see if they can recognize the TDR for that. Now this here, I got a PCGS MS66 red Cheerios penny on top. And below it, I have an MS66 Cheerios penny also. Now, this Cheerios penny here is gorgeous. This thing has maybe one little milk spot right there in front of the nose. And then if you turn it over, it looks like it's got gunk right there, but I want to say it's a type of toning. You can see the coin's kind of in there in a slant. It's not really flattened out in the Annex case. But anyhow, I want to be able to submit this off, and quite possibly if it turns to be an MS67 grade. It's a lot better condition than what this one here is in an MS66 grade. For, you see there's a little stain up there by the T, little smudge marks down here by the 2000 on the right side, some more scatter stuff right here on the left side of the coin. Reverse got the same thing. It's got a little milk mark far right over there by A, little grunge mark on M and so forth, so on. So I want to see if NGC will turn this 66 grade into a 67 grade, quite possible. It's only crossing fingers, but it's also a learning curve. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. It's perfectly fine. I wanted to bring y'all some video footage while I was going to be submitting this, but as I say, this right here would be pretty cool. If any, I mean, like I say, if they catch my TDR, that'd be fantastic. One out of all of this, I'd be perfectly fine. If they give me a super bird attribute, or if they upgraded 69, or if they give me that D over D that's on here. Like I say, any one of these that flip and they add the attribute to it, I would be over the moon about it. So let's go ahead and move on over here. This we did a dime hunt not too long ago, and I don't do dimes very much, but this was the one, I think it was either Mike or somebody online called it about being a grease strike through. Now this one here was quite wild. Let me move some of these up and get you the scope up on here. Quite wild because the strike through, the mint mark, the date. Here, let me focus. Ooh, way out. Yeah, all right, let's get back over. So as you see, if it's a grease strike through, there's multiple twos. There's a 2 on the edge here. There's a 2 back here. See on the bottom corner, there's another 2. There's a 2 in the middle. The 0 is just all over the place. The 1 is the same way. It's actually slanted, and the 5 is slanted too. See, you can see the 5 is even slanted in the bottom. There's another 5 that's kind of cockeyed. It's actually going that way. So it's just multiple directions the date was punched in. The P was the same way. You see how far over tripled it is? It says P, another P, and another P on top. It's got a lot going on with it. It's really cool, actually. And God we trust. You see the T where it was stamped like originally on bottom for T. See this all the way down here? There looks like a little bitty T that's stamped right here. So definitely a cool coin. And God we trust. I mean, it's completely wiped. You come back over here with the, let me spin it for you. Liberty, get up off of the scope some. You see the B is all the way over this way here. The E is everywhere. I mean, it's a lot going on with it. It's just a ton going on with it. So I want to be able to submit that and see if they give me a nice little grease strike through attribute for this 2015 P, and it's in gorgeous shape. It's in really good condition. I actually haven't looked at it for full bands, and I wouldn't think it does. Got a little ding or two there, but it'd be cool to submit this off and they give me a grease strike through attribute on there. So that would be a cool one to have it on top of there. Now, this one here is the more recent one, the penny that I found that actually my mom had, and I went and met her. So the penny was actually, it looks like it's zinc. Like it's an all zinc. It's like a grayish color penny. The reverse and the obverse are both really squished on the cent there. You see, you can't see any lettering at the top of it, nothing at the bottom. It's going to be the same thing in the front side here. You can barely see the 2018 there. Liberty's cut off. And God we trust is gone. All this other stuff that's on there. So I want to see what this is exactly. See what they say. So when I submit it off to them, hopefully they weigh it and, you know, put a grade on it. That'd be great. But like I said, this is just an interesting piece. We'll get the professionals to call out and to see what's going on with that one. And then now this one is a tribute. I've done a couple of tags on this right here. So this one's a 1973 nickel. And as you see right there, it looks like it's got reeded edge on the inside of this print here, where it's coming around. That's a dime size. A dime fits right on there, but it's got wording right against his collar and against his chin right here. It's got wording in the middle of his neck on top of his vest there. It's got more wording on top of Liberty around the rim up top here. It's actually got a double rim there. But then when you flip it over to the back is whenever you get hammered by everything that's going on. So there's an extra rim right here through E pluribus unum on top. And it's even stamped on top of that rim itself. America is backwards stamped there. A big lamination there that's on top of it there also. it's a lot going on with this coin. It's a lot going on with this coin. So not for sure what it is. I'm kind of curious of what NGC would say, because Annex didn't have anything to say for it. They were just saying that it was put in a clamp somewhere and someone, you know, dented it or damaged it. But if it was put in a clamp somewhere, then how would you get all the America backwards? And like I said, that extra ram is sitting right there where E pluribus unum's at, and it's stamped on top of it. I mean, it's just, I couldn't tell you what all is going on with this nickel. There's so much going on with it, but wanted to be able to submit it off and see what they say for that. So like I mentioned, that's going to be the 1996 W dime that I need to submit off. I do need to submit this 1905 $half off. I'm really curious of what this grade's at. I mean, even at like I want to say even at a VG6 or VG8 grade, this thing's $120. So right here, I mean, if it grades at an 8 grade, and we're way above what we've paid for it. There's a little bit of Liberty right there. Still got a little bit of hairline in there, so it's we'll see what it gets, but that's definitely going to go to Annex. I really don't need to submit it off to PCGS or NGC. Like I said, beautiful coin, but just need it slabbed. And I talked about in the past this PCGS XF40 Arrows 1853 F105 on hub. This is the hand carved, basically the 1853, the arrows and the date itself, I'm guessing, because they didn't have a working die. This was hand carved onto here, and this is the only one of its kind. I say only one of its kind, there's probably multiple out there, but this is the only one on PCGS that has, the pictures are up there for it. 1 dime. Now I want to submit this off, and I'm going to submit this off by itself to CAC. I would try to get a green CAC sticker put on top up here, and showing that this is valuable, this is rare to them, and this is something that would catch their eye if they're walking around in the show or if it's up on auction somewhere. But definitely want to get that on there. I don't have a CAC sticker on anything that I own, and I've never been through the process of getting a CAC sticker. So I was just going to let y'all know what I have total in here. This is all going to NGC. This is going back in my box. This is going to CAC. And then there will be 4 more coins I'm going to stack up and put in with the Annex submission. But I'm going to go ahead and start on the NGC submission, get the paperwork and everything ready. Go ahead and package this up. And I'll probably submit it out Monday. This is Saturday morning still. I just went ahead and did the giveaway not here too long ago. But I'm probably going to jump on and, like I say, submit this in NGC. But if y'all haven't watched my other videos, y'all make sure y'all go into, you know, my channel there. You can scroll through, go through my playlist. I do have, I am subscribed, I guess, subscriptions to other people on there. So you can scroll down to my subscriptions if you want to see who I follow and who I go through to watch videos. But also, too, make sure to stay tuned, because I do have $200 in nickels here, and I'm going to break these up in here in a second and start working on the video right now. So this video will probably come out tomorrow. But definitely just wanted to show y'all what I had going on, and I hope y'all have a great day.